Welcome back. We're ready to continue with Diablo 2. In the last part, I had a bit of a blunder, and I forgot to show myself clearing out some cave and such. Well, like a crypt and such, so I changed the caves. Also, I wanted to show this off. You can see I have some mana potions here. I sold off a bunch of the healing potions I had, and bought a bunch of mana potions from Akara. So, yeah, let's start by heading to the Stony Field. Bought a bunch of mana potions, since those will be more useful to me than health potions. And I should have plenty of gold. Magic leather armor dropped. Maybe it'll be better than the ethereal quilted armor I'm wearing. I can pick up the identify scroll, I can find out. +1 to life. Well, it's not terrible. Another magic leather armor. Oh yeah, I didn't show this off. Before I head on to the underground passage to head to the Dark Wood, I should probably show off this. I did grab another quest, but I forgot to record myself actually getting it. Oh, there's skeletons blocking it. These are champions. This is a new kind of mob that was introduced in Diablo 2. They're essentially just stronger variations of regular enemies that aren't considered uniques. There's a shaman somewhere down here. I want to take him out. As soon as I can find him, there he is. Shoot some fire at him. Now, the nice thing about champion enemies is even though they're a bit tougher than normal enemies, they drop a lot more stuff when you kill them. They're kind of like unique enemies in that regard. This one dropped a magic buckler, some gold, and a bunch of healing potions. One up here dropped a rare dagger.
I can't carry anymore.
At least I'm pretty sure that's a rare dagger. I'll drop the quilted armor. Pick up the dagger. Apparently it's an ethereal dagger. I'll head back to town and find out what it is after I clear out this camp. Grab some gold. So let's read the Moldy Tome.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive. And her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising over the buried dungeons in that god-forsaken wilderness, a solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the clergy, although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature.
Skeleton came and tried to attack me while I was reading the book, but after reading the Moldy Tome, you unlock a new quest, the Forgotten Tower, which says, look for the tower in the Black Marsh beyond the Dark Wood. We'll do that, but first we have to rescue Deckard Cain. Now, the other leather armor I found was a leather armor of the Jackal that also gives +1 to life, but has higher defense than the quilted armor that gives me some cold resist. So we'll switch to that. Alright, finished all my shopping in town. Kept the mana potions, but sold off the healing potions since I'm not really using them for much. There's another leather armor in here, apparently. There were 2 of them. Something else you'll notice is that your character's appearance will change depending on what items you're wearing. And it doesn't matter if it's a light, medium, or heavy armor. Every armor has a unique look on your character. Now, my personal favorite look on a sorceress character are the studded leather armors, and it's higher level variants. But we'll use whatever works. What I'm really looking forward to trying to get is a studded leather armor with 2 sockets, since I can use a particular rune word in those to give myself a really high mana recovery, which will help because, you know, my mana recovery is not very high. But yeah, since our map retains itself, something I don't think the map does in Diablo Immortal. Not Diablo Immortal. I mean, that's a completely different game. In Diablo 2 Resurrected, since it's always online, I'm pretty certain you lose your map every time you save and quit. That doesn't happen in Diablo 2 normally because you maintain the map and you're offline. Alright, let's see. I think I'll put the points into Vitality again. All my health going up. Let's see, don't need any prerequisite points. I can get Frost Nova if I want it. Let's grab another point into Firebolt because you'll see here, Fireball receives bonuses from Firebolt. Warmth increases the effect of enchant, and both Firebolt and Fireball increase the damage of Hydra. So we're going to put a point into Firebolt to build that up. Now it'll cost the same amount of damage, but do a bit more damage when fired. And when I get the Fireball spell, it will gain a percentage increase bonus to its damage. As at that point, I'll probably start investing points into energy because I'll want more mana to cast Fireball really fast and really often. Another quilted armor. Is this a 2-socket? Nope, it's the Ethereal Armor again. This armor gives attacker takes damage of 1. And of course, if I find any particular items I want to equip and don't have the stats for, I can always adjust my stat allegations to raise them to those requirements. I probably won't need dexterity since your chance to hit doesn't affect your spells. Spells will always hit your target unless they're immune to them. Or you just plain miss. But if I find an item that does require dexterity to wear that I want to use, I can always start raising points into dexterity to use it. Same with strength. If I find a particularly good shield or something and I need more strength to use it, I can always do that. I'll stick with the Stamina Shrine for now as I take out these Misshapen. Misshapen are enemies that shoot ball lightning at you, kind of like a Cacodemon from Doom. While looking like one of the Pinkies from Doom. It's a hunter's bow, I don't need that. Damaged skull cap. Yeah, I'll leave it. I can always find better headwear later. The headwear I really want to get on Cousina is magical, like circlets and such. Circlets can have the same kinds of stats as amulets, but serve as a helmet type. I got a stone-skinned Moonbite the Dark. They're kind of pelting me with lightning, and I'm taking some damage. Lightning resistance is 15.
Not enough mana.
There we go. Amulet and a small shield dropped. I'll take those and the potions. I'll find out what this amulet is. 9 to poison resistance. I think I'll use that. My light radius will go down because I'm taking off the glimmering amulet. The shield gives me thorns, which my current shield doesn't, but I'm not too worried about thorns. If I'm playing correctly, I won't take much damage in melee combat. Use this. I know you're in there somewhere, Skeleton Archer. Grab his gold. Maybe the shaman in there. There we go. Bad idea. Yeah, you find strung up corpses and dead rogues all around, and you essentially loot them for items. They're kind of like the decapitated bodies we found in Hell during Diablo 1.
I need mana.
You can see the enemies usually drop enough healing potions that I don't have to stockpile them. There we go, take out a couple of vile hunters. There's a champion carver up here, kind of looks like Rakanishu. What's funny is that there's a glitch that exists in Diablo 2. One of the colors that enemy uniques and such are supposed to become was purple, but they can't become purple. The game doesn't let them be purple for some reason, so instead, whenever an enemy that should be purple appears, it's just the default color. Usually they'll appear as unique colors like blue or green, but for some reason purple was never allowed. I think it was due to a glitch. Let's see, probably don't need that many healing potions, I'll leave them behind. Carver champions. No, guys, come on. I want mana potions, not healing. They're being stingy with the mana. They know that's much more useful to me. I have a Fulminating Potion. I could show this off. You don't get a lot of these throwing potions, but they can be fun. You see, I can throw a potion that kind of bursts into flame where it hits. Enemies that hold still, like these archers, are pretty good to use on them. You'll see that little indicator over there tells me how many potions I have left to throw, and I ran out. See, the fast cast is really helping me here. I can practically outshoot most enemies that come my way. Another short bow, which I don't really need. Here's a optional path to the level 2 of the underground passage. Can I progress from here? The answer is not really. Whatever, let's go check it out. Shamans first. Oops. Right click to the top of the screen, aiming for the fallen there. Here comes a group of unique archers and hunters. One of them is lightning enchanted, so charged bolts will be less effective on them. Since on top of shooting sparks whenever they get hit, they will also have high lightning resistance. As you can see, that lightning's hurting me too. That's fine. We'll circle around them. Drink a stamina and a minor healing. Obviously the gray one is the unique, whereas the yellowish green ones are the normal vile hunters. Alright, let's take out Grief Grumble the Hungry. What a name. Tried to punch out a skeleton because I once again hit the W key to unequip my items. I'm getting real tired of myself doing that. Alright, I'll throw a couple of healing potions on there. Ooh, 10% cast rate and all resistances plus 7. That's my new amulet. I went ahead and switched to the boots that give me fire resistance, since the enhanced defense on the boots I was wearing aren't that useful. Armor won't be as important to a sorceress like Cousina as it had been for Darquan Duror, who was a close-range warrior. I paused there for a minute because I thought maybe I'd accidentally hit F9 and stopped the recording. I was trying to hit the F6 and F5 to switch to Firebolt and Charge Bolt. I think what I ended up pushing was something that turns on transparency for the mini-map, as you'll notice. I might have to fix that. There's a shaman around somewhere. There he is. Alright, we're back. I think I've solved the mini-map issue. The Misshapen will resist lightning because it has a lightning attack. So I think it actually is immune to cold on hell difficulty. Yeah, we're only going to play through the game once on normal difficulty to get the story, but... on Nightmare in Hell, enemies will be stronger, and... they'll have like higher resistances, and on Hell difficulty, just about every enemy in the game is at their strongest and has at least one immunity to type of damage. This can include physical damage on enemies like ghosts and such. I leveled up again, this time to level 9. Upped points into vitality, I'll get to 30. And then we'll put 3 points into energy to start getting mana up. Alright, I can put my skill point in if I press the right key. Let's see. I believe the next requirement will be at level 18 for me, so for the time being I can keep boosting Firebolt. See, I've got 61 mana and 96 health. Those are my maximums currently. Oh, you're up there, Skeleton Archer. I'm gonna get you. And of course, if I need to readjust my stat points later, I can always talk to Akara and use my one-time reset. Even at the level 1, Charge Bolt is still pretty devastating in these early levels. One reason I might want to use a particular mercenary would be to let them deal physical damage. So if I have to revive Paige or decide to hire a new mercenary, I could do that to deal with enemies that are immune to fire, like Bishibosh was. Here we go. Here's the exit to the Dark Wood. Already I'm being greeted by some Carvers. And this is something that can be kind of nasty in Diablo 2. One particular Diablo 2 player I remember back in the day called Syrian coined the phrase stairs traps. It's when you go down the stairs to a new area or enter a cave and such, and there's enemies already waiting to greet you. Alright, did I take out all the shaman? I can't tell. Okay, that was an ethereal shield. I can't tell if I got all the Carver shaman in that camp. We'll find out once we start devastating Carvers with Charge Bolt. Got another stamina potion. See, what I'm looking for here is the waypoint to the Dark Wood, as well as the Tree of Inifis for the quest. Here's a Jawbone cap. This is a barbarian-only helmet. I mentioned them earlier in a previous part about equipment that only particular characters can use. In Cousina's case, she can only use orb-type wands. They're one-handed wands that are called orbs, and will usually give benefits to sorceress skills and such. This is the druid-specific helmet, which are like animal pelt heads. They can be like wolves or like eagles and such. There's a shaman hiding in that burning house. He'll keep reviving all the Carvers unless I lure them away. Here's a cracked targe. This is the paladin specific item, which are unique shields that only a paladin can use. I want in there so I can kill the shaman, but all the Carvers don't want me to go in for obvious reasons. Every time I kill them, they all start retreating back towards the shaman. Another wolf head. The reason I'm picking them up is sometimes they'll have pluses to skills on them, and ones that have plus bonuses to high skills will actually be worth quite a lot of gold if I sell them back in town, even if I can't use them myself. Plenty of javelins are dropping. Javelins being a type of spear weapon that you can throw. Barbarians can specialize in throwing mastery and use javelins as one of the throwing weapons, along with throwing knives and axes. And javelins are also a primary weapon for Amazon-type classes. They can use the javelin to throw like poison spears or lightning spears with the right skills. I believe this path up here leads into the Black Marsh. Yeah, that's the next area we'll be going to. For now, we'll stick to the Dark Wood. A Grand Charm dropped. Probably end up selling it, but you never know. Here's a Scimitar. You can see it requires a dexterity of 21 to use. I probably won't need a Scimitar unless I'm going for one that has a bunch of bonuses to like mana and such on them. Take out all the Vile Hunters with Charge Bolt. Once I get the Fireball spell, I won't have to rely on Charge Bolt to take out big groups like that. I can lob fireballs at them, and the explosion of the spell will damage all the nearby enemies in groups like that. Found a light mana potion in that bed. Go around the trees here, because it'd be hard to see enemies from that angle.
I need mana.
You can see I've already gone through most of the mana potions I bought at Akara's. Later acts, the vendors that sell you mana potions will have higher quality mana potions available that will give you more mana and quicker. Here's a Resist Fire Shrine. As long as I have that icon over my head, my fire resistance will be at 75, which is still the maximum. Luckily, there's no advocates out here in the Dark Wood to lob fireballs at me, though there will be Carver shamans that can do that. We'll just keep blasting our way through here. Still no sign of the Darkwood Waypoint or the Tree of Inifis. Oh, we got Stormwing, a teleporting Vile Hunter, I think. Yeah. This is why I wish I had the Fireball spell right now. I could devastate this pack of enemies with it. There we go, she went down. Drop me some more mana potions and a bow. Usually pick up the magic items because I can sell them for gold, which I can then spend on repairs and more mana potions from Akara. The hidden stash here that contains nothing. Oh, I did find another mana potion. Here comes another unique, this one's Grief Grumble the Mauler, and she's cursed. Luckily, I can use the terrain to my advantage, and the fact that my fire bolts are stunning them to keep them at bay. I should be able to carry that. Let's see. Alright, pick up the small shield she dropped, which is a rare. I probably didn't mention that, but items that are yellow in that are rare items that will usually have more stat bonuses on them than blue items. Oh, what do you know? This one's got a lot of the same things my other shield has on it. I'll switch to this shield. Alright, let's find that Carver shaman, take him down. Down he goes. Identify the charm. 11 to attack rating and 7 to life. Again, I don't need attack rating. Spells aren't governed by attack rating, only melee and ranged attacks are. Let's check this wolf head. 1 to lycanthropy, so that could be pretty valuable. Probably throw down the short bow. I'm not going to sell it. It's probably not worth that much. Grab the mana recharge. Take on some more Vile Hunters. One thing I haven't shown myself doing when in town is checking Akara for a staff with 2 sockets. There's a unique brute coming. This is Treehead Woodfist, who's extra strong and extra fast, which is bad. As you can see, they're as fast as I am. Vile Hunters are potentially quicker than me. A spear dropped, which is different from a staff. A spear is designed as a melee weapon, and it's mostly used by barbarians who have the spear mastery, who prefer to mastery in spears, as well as Amazons who have unique spear skills in their combat abilities. What I want to do is get the unique brute out here, isolate him from his friends, and then take out who I can. I can shoot over this fence. There we go, I'll just stay here and keep firebolting him. Down he goes. Piece of cake. Grab his rare leather armor, ring, and we'll grab a couple of his healing potions to have them. That Treehead Woodfist is always guarding the Tree of Inefis, which means, since he came from this direction, that must mean the tree is up here. I just have to locate it. Is it down here? Yeah, here it is. Take out that Spike Fiend first. Dodged all of my firebolts and shot a quill at me.
This tree has an aura of magic about it.
We now have the Scroll of Inefis, which I'm supposed to take to Akara. And we will, but first, I'm going to search for the Darkwood waypoint. You can see I can look at the Scroll of Inefis. It shows this pattern. This pattern will indicate what order I'm supposed to touch the Cairnstones, which is where Deckard Cain is. That's how I'll get to Tristram. I leveled up again. Let's put some points in energy, and put 3 more into strength. Why not? I said I'd max out strength at that, but I might want better shields in the future and helmets. So let's put another point into Firebolt. Some Carvers trying to come out of the trees. I'll burn them so they go back in. Damaged hard leather. Here's the waypoint, right next to the Tree of Benefice. Let's use it, and we'll head back to the rogue camp. We'll talk to Akara.
Ah, very good. I have translated the runes on this scroll. You must find the cairnstones and touch them in the order that I have written.
Alrighty. And if I get you a quest log, it'll say, go to the cairnstones in the stony field, touch the stones in the order found on the scroll of Benefice, enter the portal to Tristram, but beware the danger that lies ahead. And if I go to the scroll of Benefice, it's now the key to the cairnstones. And when I read it, it'll show the order in which I'm supposed to activate the stones to open the portal. This doesn't look too bad. A Rune Shroud. It's got the same armor rating as the Ethereal Quilted Armor did, but it gives me a 4 to mana, 9 to fire resistance, and 10 to poison resistance, and reduces damage by 1. I mean, the strength is blah. I could go with or without, but the other stats on it are pretty good. Get ready to fight Rakanishu again, who's lightning enchanted and extra fast. I'll snipe him with Firebolt from here. Well, if his buddies don't want to come after me, that's fine. He dropped 2 rare items, one being a Preserved Head. Preserved Head are the Necromancer-specific item that they carry as a shield item. It usually gives bonuses to Necromancer spells and the like. Alright, so I'm supposed to look at the scroll and determine the order in which I'm supposed to touch these stones. Although I think Cousina's holding the thing upside down. Maybe not. There we go. And this one. This one. That one. And this one. You'll see the quest log is updated. Find and rescue Deckard Cain. The portal opens and it says it goes to Tristram. Tristram is, of course, the town from the first Diablo where Darquan Duror traveled to and defeated Diablo. So now we're going to go there as Cousina and find out what's become of the city.
Tristram was no match for Diablo's fury.
And, technically, Cousina has completed her quest for the Zanisu, which was to explore the town of Tristram and make certain that Diablo had been awakened, essentially proving that the event that the Oracle predicted in the past has come true, and it has. I mean, sure, she could leave now and report in, but right now she needs to rescue Deckard Cain. You might remember Cain the Elder was the guy who gave us the quest to deal with the Archbishop Lazarus and then Diablo. And he also gave us advice and was a sage. Well, it turns out the reason he was such a knowledgeable sage was because he was the last descendants of the Horadrim, the ancient mage order that dealt with the Lord of Terror and his brothers. Also, I want you to listen close to the music if you can. It's the same music that played in Diablo 1. The layout of Tristram feels a bit different from what I remember seeing in the first Diablo. He dropped a skull cap, which might be real good. Apparently got some healing potions in here. Swap them out for mana potions. Grab this small shield, the gold and the mana, and the rejuvenation potion. There's someone here. It's Griswold. What can I do for you? Well, unfortunately, he's now an undead cursed. I guess he's become a zombie. Yeah, he's a zombie now, so we got no choice but to kill our beloved blacksmith from the first game. He sold me that great helmet at the end that helped me resist fire. And he kept all my gear in working order for Darquan. Now he's a zombie, and the best Cousina can do is kill him and put him out of his misery. A tragic end for a classic Diablo character. But we have no time to mourn over the death of Griswold. We have to find Deckard Cain and see if he's still alive. Diamond. Turns out Griswold isn't the only confirmed death in Tristram. Another character's body can be found in Tristram. But who could it be? Is it Ogden the Tavern Owner? Pepin the Healer? Adria the Witch? Nope. It's Wirt. Wirt the peg-legged boy is also dead. He was the boy that sold me items, but charged me 50 gold to look at him. The Darquan Duror, I never actually bought anything from Wirt because he didn't have any items I wanted. But now, up here in the top left corner, where he hung out in the original Diablo, you find his dead body. Meanwhile, the original Tristram theme from Diablo 1 continues to play, taking on a new meaning now that the town is overrun with skeletons and carvers.
Not enough mana.
Oh, but there's more to the music than this. One of the reasons I'm still clearing out Tristram is that the music is different this time. It'll start to change once it goes through the original's main theme. I wanted to show that off, which is why we're still clearing out enemies and such. Has no bed got anything on it? Nope. Well, let's search Wirt's body. You can find Wirt's leg,
I am overburdened.
which I can't pick up because I don't have the inventory space for it. It's essentially just a simple club item. It doesn't do anything special, but it does have a unique model to it. I'll pick it up in a moment. I'm going to pick up all the gold that came off of Wirt's body. Alright, let's pick it up to show it off. You can see it just kind of looks like a wooden peg. If I equip it, you'll see him just holding it in hand like a club. We're not going to take it with us. I don't need it. Not yet. Here we go. Now listen to the music. This is another spine-tingling moment in Diablo 2. The music in Tristram starts to change. This is obviously in reference to the fact that Tristram now lies in ruin. That it was the first place to fall when Darquan Duror left after being possessed by Diablo. I'm gonna clear out the rest of the town real quick. Somebody killed a rogue and set her corpse on fire up here. I have a feeling some of the rogues have attempted to breach Tristram before, and maybe a couple were successful, but they didn't last very long. There's a preserved head. Does that have any necromancer skills on it? Dim vision, skeleton mastery, and bone armor. So this would be quite valuable to sell back in town. Yeah, I can't quite kill a return by clubbing it. Wolfhead has nothing. So let's head into the center of town. There's the fountain where Cain is supposed to be. To the right of it, you'll see though there's a cage. It's Cain. Cain's gibbet. Well, we have to rescue him. But that might be a bit tricky, because there's carvers everywhere. Let's clear him out. I saw some champion shaman up here. There we go. Killing them leveled me up, which restored my health and mana. Back off, you. Drink some healing to cover my health. Drink more mana to get my mana up. Grab all this. And that's the full Tristram theme played in Diablo 2. It'll now loop. I believe this was Pep in the healer's house. There's a smoking body here. I can't really tell who it is, though. I did level up, so let's actually continue to raise my vitality. I'm going to want more health. That'll come in handy later when more enemies have ranged attacks and are much more deadly. Grab a couple of these healing potions to put something in my air. And let's free Cain.
Deckard Cain! Get to the rogue camp!
I thank you, friend, for coming to my aid.
You got it. Now he'll open a town portal and escape. He's going back to the rogue camp, which we're going to do next after we clear here. Alright. We'll put another point into Firebolt. Its power will continue to go up, and when I get Fireball, that power will become even greater. Alright, I've returned to the rogue camp, and you'll see it says visit Cain and Akara in the rogue encampment. So now we can talk to Deckard Cain.
Hello. As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, some time ago Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days. Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof. He kept his distance from the rest of the townsfolk and seemed to lapse into a dark, brooding depression. I thought that perhaps his ordeal had been so disturbing that he simply could not put it out of his mind. The hero seemed more tormented every passing day. I remember he awoke many times, screaming in the night, always something about the East. One day he simply left, and shortly thereafter Tristram was attacked by legions of foul demons. Many were slain, and the demons left me to die in that cursed cage. I believe now that Tristram's hero was that dark wanderer who passed this way before the monastery fell. I fear even worse, my friend. I fear that Diablo has taken possession of the hero who sought to slay him. If true, Diablo will become more powerful than ever before. You must stop him, or all will be lost.
So Deckard Cain confirming that not only has Diablo awoken, which was the original reason Cousina wanted to go to Tristram to confirm such a thing has happened, but that Darquan Duror, the hero who defeated Diablo, has now been possessed by the Lord of Terror and had traveled to the east on Diablo's command to do something. But yeah, now that we have Deckard Cain, he identifies items for free. Now, if you don't rescue him from Tristram and get to Act 2, he'll be there, but he'll claim that the rogues rescued him, and he'll still charge you 100 gold per item to identify. But since I rescued him, I can identify any item I find in the game for free, so I no longer really need scrolls or the Tome of Identify, though I might still pick them up and use them on items if I come across them while journeying around. But now I can add Cain to my rotation when I'm in town. He can identify all the items I've collected, and I can see what they all do. This has 10% faster hit recovery, compared to 7 lightning resistance? Probably not. I do have one more thing I have to do. I have to talk to Akara and see what she has to say.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. For that we thank you. We must seek his counsel immediately.
Well, I already spoke to Cain and got his information. She also gives you a ring. 6 to max stamina. That's not useful. And I'll go to my stash, since I've been stashing all these chipped gems I've been collecting. I'm not going to use them yet, but later on I'll get an item that will allow me to upgrade these gems to make them better. I don't have that item yet, and I won't get it till Act 2, but once I do have it, I'll be able to turn those gems into better quality gems, which are worth more and have better effects when placed into socketed items. And we'll wrap up by talking to Charcy.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Horadrim Mallet, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment.
And you see we completed the search for Cain. We got a new quest, Tools of the Trade. Look for the Horadrim Mallet in the monastery barracks. Beware of the smith that guards it. We still have to do the Forgotten Tower, which we're going to cover in the next part. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.